Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome to the sixth episode of the Gooncast featuring SAPET. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hello everybody, I'm SAPET, and I'm a player on Constantiam. I've joined the server back in October of 2019, I believe, and I've been playing pretty much ever since.
Nice. And when you first logged into the server, first, do you remember the player count and what was your favorite aspect of the server?
So, back in 2019, player count was pretty much similar to what it is right now, at least in October when I joined. And I used to hop into it from time to time. I wasn't really into Anarchy at that point. That's 2019 is when I discovered Anarchy pretty much. But yeah, I would begin playing really actively in late 2020. But yeah, that's about it.
And this base here that we're at, Canopes. Wait, how do you say Canopsia? Is that correct?
Canopsia.
So this was your first official build, or your first solo base, I should say.
Yeah, probably the first time I ever built something prop on the server. It's January 2021, so it's like a 2-year gap since 2019, but yeah.
Do you want to give a little tour of the place, maybe just fly around?
Yeah, sure, I can. I guess we can start in this area. This is kind of where it started sort of. One of the first builds is Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. It's a Star Wars inspired base, simply because I didn't really know what to build on the server. I've always struggled with that, and Star Wars just came to my mind. So I just said why not?
You set the theme for it, and then you just got to work pretty much.
Yeah. Actually, thinking about it, if we pop over to here real quick, in the back. This was the first build I did here. Just a little house. There's no interior in it because I hate doing those.
Yeah, very humble beginnings, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the buildings here, they are pretty much hollowed out, right? So it's not too much interior work.
Yeah, I hate doing those. I know that I did an interior for the Falcon right here. You can go inside there, but yeah, generally I just don't do interiors, just because they take a long time and I'm just not really good with them.
Any other builds you want to show off? I'm stuck. There we go.
We can go to the city right here. That's probably the biggest build here.
Whoa, yeah.
This took me 6 or 5 months to build. I basically didn't use any dupe materials for this. There's a giant stone mine underneath the desert there, but I'm not gonna show that. I had a storage system inside of this, but never used it.
Yeah, pretty impressive though. Seems you go for kind of the size thing aspect of things. It's go big or go home.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see here. Well, how was the lag when you first joined the server? Was that another reason why it was a lot of on and off time, or?
So, 2019, the lag was horrible. Very bad. It was 1 TPS at worst. And that's basically why I didn't really play in 2019. And late 2020, when I returned and started playing fully, actively, it was around 5 to 6 TPS on average. So, that was doable. And yeah, I pretty much gotten used to that, but yeah. It's kind of funny when now the server lags a little. It's doesn't really affect me.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Feels just like 20
doesn't
DPS.
compare. Yeah, doesn't really compare to back then. And let's see here. The first kit you found and the impact of the kit and the path forward after finding it.
Yeah, so the first kit is I found it, I believe, November or December 2020. That was when I was still around spawn, and I stumbled upon Friendly Digger's hotel, I think. And there was just this shulker laying around. I opened it. I didn't expect to, there be stuff inside of it. But thankfully there was, because that kit made me want to stay on the server, basically.
I gave you that push of motivation.
Yeah, exactly. Because thank God I wouldn't want to mine with a wooden or stone pickaxe in that lag.
Yeah, it takes literally like 10 times a mine in one block for it to break.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you remember what was in the kit? Just gear, overall tools, or whatever?
There was enchanted armor, but no enchanted pants. So I remember I used to run across the server with a glitched skeleton horse from 2016, which had double the hearts, which normal skeleton horses have now. And I would just run with it with unenchanted pants, and everything else was enchanted. And that was simply because I was just way too lazy to enchant those pants. And yeah, it had some pork chops, totems, but I would never use the totems because I was afraid of losing them.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to pop them because I didn't know what the seed of the server was, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So yeah, it was kind of hard for me to look for mansions, so I just never used them. Didn't want to use them.
Was there a elytra in the kit, or were you? Oh no, never mind. You just said you were still traveling by a skeleton horse, pretty much, right?
Actually, funny thing you say that, because there was a elytra on it.
But yeah, weren't elytras disabled for a bit? I forget when it was disabled.
Yeah. Elytras, they were disabled from 2018 to 2022. And I didn't know about it because I was still relatively new to the server. So I was like, oh my god, there's an elytra in the kit. I'm gonna use it to travel everywhere. And I put it on me, and it just disappeared. So that's how I lost my first elytra on the server.
The tragedy right there, where you're feeling so hyped up about it, and all of a sudden, just like that, it's gone. Let's see. And so, after you found that kit, did you still end up chilling around spawn, or is that when you just pretty much traveled out to where we're at now?
No. So that was I traveled to here, to Canopsia in January 2021. That's when I founded it. That kit was very, very late 2020. There was around 4,000 blocks away from spawn, right next to Friendly Digger's hotel, which that spawn base was founded by a Friendly Digger who was an old player on the server back in 2017, I believe. And he's been repairing it ever since. But when I found it, it was just a giant-ass crater in the ground. And I believe he was there, actually, because I remember I spotted a player somewhere around there. So maybe that was him, maybe not, I don't know, because I ran away. I didn't want them to kill me. But yeah. I found it really close to the ruins.
Do you remember your first friend on the server?
Yes, very distinctively. I met him in May 2021. His name is Fornicator. Yes, I guess nowadays a controversial person on the server.
Yeah,
that sounds stupid to say, but
around him, I think as well.
Yeah, but back then, when I became friends with him first in May 2021, we would basically do everything together on the server. We would base together, we would, hang around together on the server. And yeah, I know that we founded a base in May 2021 when we met, and that base is still around till this day.
Is that the same one that's on the archive, or
No, it's not on the archive. It's not been griefed yet.
Okay, oh wow. See, do you want to go to the one base that's on here? I think it's Forney base.
Forney base. Yeah, I guess we could go there.
One it is. Is it V1 or?
Well, we could travel from. I could give you a brief history on each of them that are on the archive. Starting from the V1. Yeah, so this was founded around the time that I started recording videos on the server. So that was August 2021. I have to look at the sign.
So this is the first one right here?
Sorry?
This is the first one?
Yes. It lasted a total of 3 or 2 days.
Wow, I did fairly close to spawn also.
Well, not even that. Elytras were disabled then, so the distance from spawn didn't really matter. But we had a member who got pissed at Fornicator, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna leak the base," so we just leaked it ourselves. And we blew it up. Yeah, it would have been cool if I had the time to finish it, and I recorded every step of it, of like the building process, on my YouTube channel. But I just never got finished, and we ended up blowing it up.
Yeah, self-grief. The first base you made, that was also self-grief, wasn't it?
Yeah. But Kenopsia, why I griefed that was I just got bored with it.
Base got kind of stale, and it was time to move on from it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, in theory, I could have left it, just there and, just move on to another spot, but just griefing it just felt like it.
so much more satisfying that way compared to just someone else finding it.
Yeah, I brought Fornicator. He offered me to help me with the griefing of it. So yeah, he was there to grief it. But yeah, there's not much to talk about Fornibase V1, but this is where the entire Fornibase saga started. I was like the co-founder of that group type of thing. Well, it wasn't really a group, but just spawn bases in general, I guess. And this was the founding spot of it.
We'll see. There ends up. I'm guessing there's still some in the works or whatever. Let's see. So yeah, there's
not that I'm aware of.
Well, there's it's good. Is there 9 total, or just that's on the archive at least?
Yeah, there was 9 total, but only a few are on the archive. I'm at the second one right now. If you want to go there. Yeah. So this was again August 2021 when this was founded. Me and Fornicator went into like a creative server. I set up a shitty Aternos server, and we designed a little bit of it there. But again, way too many members, which nobody knew. Basically, nobody here knew each other. So it just ended up getting leaked on 9/11.
Wow.
Yeah, there's even a monument to 9/11 right here. Like the Twin Towers.
Yeah, this seems to be an issue when there's just a base with too many members.
But surprisingly, this one lasted longer, even though it's closer to spawn and it had a lot more members. A total of around 2 weeks again, like the Chadbridge biome.
Yeah, Chadbridge biome is pretty impressive. Just with how much stuff is like built there, you know.
Yeah, that's U-Boyd, I believe he supplied the base, so yeah, it was his. But yeah, again, this would have looked sweet if I had the time to finish it, detail it, and all the other stuff, but it just never did.
Yeah, there seems to be like a common, I want to say like a castle almost like theme for these bases. Just at least with the walls and everything.
Yeah, and basically after this one got griefed by, I believe it was Full Screen and Vang. You probably don't know who they are, but they used to play on the server. I know that Full Screen, he's a 2B player, but Vang, he was a PvPer on the server, I believe. Yeah. Vang leaked it to Full Screen, and Full Screen basically just griefed it on 9/11. And after this one, I became like really absent with the whole Fornabase thing. I didn't really build at the other ones.
So this was the last one you were active at, pretty much.
Yeah, and I guess the 8th one. If you want to go to the 8th one, that's the really last one I did.
Wait,
which year was that? 2022. Yeah. So this is at the original Fornabase 1 spot. If you free cam below the ground, it's just a crater, but built over. And yeah.
And this one.
Yeah, this guy here wants to teleport to me.
This one's pretty impressive. Is this you build all this stuff here, like the castles and stuff? Or work on most of it?
I built this castle. The interior, which down here, that was done by Forn. Right here, like this dining hall or whatever it is.
Nice dining room and throne area.
Yeah, he did that. But yeah, that's basically where my involvement with FBases end. So I built at the first one, the second one, and the 8th one.
And are there any new projects in the works now you're doing that you want to make public, or?
Not at the moment. I guess I'm gonna say no comment on that.
Yeah, no comment. Is there any future plans you have that you just nothing really planned out yet? Just taking it day by day.
Yeah, I suppose.
And let's see. My next question here is: all right. So wait, first, what's your favorite base you've been a part of?
Boy, that's hard to say. I've been a part of a lot of amazing bases, right? So like, I don't really have a favorite one. But if I'd had to choose, maybe, probably Browntown, because that one was very detailed, and the Bouge and East German did like loads of amount of building there by themselves, basically.
Yeah, there's a lot of involvement you have with a lot of the bases, just between getting invited to a lot of bases, stuff like that. So, and then another question is group involvements. Is there only about 3 main groups you've been a part of, or is it a little bit more of an extended list?
Well, I've been a part of this group called Sonata, I believe it was called. It was a group founded in 2021 by a player by the name of Coin33. And that group, like, it got a lot of hate because the founder of it used to be a part of another group ran by a player by the name of Kovic-chan, who used to run a group by the name of Calamity, and people just viewed the Sonata group as just Calamity 2.0, basically. But like, we had a base on there. It was called Opera. Got briefed like 2 years later in 2023. And I know that we like tried to remove the obsidian roof at the overworld back in 1.12. But yeah, there's not much about to say that group. At least not from me.
And let's see, any other history of groups you've been involved in you wanna, or maybe that you're still a part of that you wanna mention?
Well, I think it was 2022 when I got when Deloaded reached out to me to basically asked me if I wanted to help a Bayfear run a Dawnfear branch of Mount Constantium, basically. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Even though I knew like all of the drama with like the 2B groups on the server, because I mean, basically like Boko got bullied off the server, and I was like, you know, if there's gonna be a 2B group on the server, at least do it right. So that's why I said, yes, sure, why not? And so I was a leader alongside Bayfear in that for a while, but then Bayfear left for some reasons, and I ended up leaving too because I just got, well, A, it wasn't for me really leading a group, and B, I just started having less time to play on server. But I would eventually rejoin after maximum. Chris would ask me to. But like, I don't have any really like big involvement with it.
Alright. Do you like a solo lifestyle on this server, or do you feel better in like group events or bases?
Honestly, I prefer the solo lifestyle.
It seems you're always getting invited to stuff anyways, so.
I guess I don't want to really like, you know, jinx it, or how to put it, if I, you know, just stop getting invites, because it's cool getting them, but like,
yeah, it's always cool to be like a part of like server stuff as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But that solo time can be much needed if you just get in the zone. Where it's just, what's your favorite aspect of just the solo lifestyle? Pretty much, is it just the peacefulness of it, or?
Yeah, I suppose the peacefulness of it, and you know, nobody's telling me what to do. Nobody's like bitching about build style. Sorry for the cuss. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard to describe.
And what would you say your main role on the server is? Just building in general, or do you like material collecting or map arts or any of that kind of stuff?
Oh, I don't really collect map arts. I've never been known for that. So funny thing is, in the past I used to have a nickname or not really a nickname, but like people would be like, oh yeah, he's the guy who plays single player with chat and lag. Because I would just like never speak in the public chat, never interact with anybody or nothing. I basically didn't interact since I joined the server until like May 2021 when I first met Fornicator. That's like my first interaction with the server.
But from there, here we are now. A lot of different involvements, and it just kind of grew from there. Let's see here. Let's see. In 2022, the election, overall results, and how it went for you.
So, election ever. Basically, since the beginning of the year 2022, I was just like LARPing that, oh yeah, I'm gonna run. I was LARPing alongside El Banco, I believe. and we were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna run." And I was telling him, "Yeah, you should run too." He didn't end up running, but I did alongside a friend of mine from 2B. His name is Emi Triple O. He doesn't play on the server anymore.
No.
But yeah, we ran, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna make an election map art." And till this day, I still haven't made it. It's another funny thing. I still haven't made my first map art on the server after almost 5 years since I first joined.
It's never too late to make one, you know. You give it another probably year or two, but
yeah, it's just like I don't really find like the building process in that really interesting. Making map arts.
There's a lot of it's a different kind of play style. I mean, I've never gotten into it myself either, but
Yeah, like different people, you know, like different things. But yeah, back to that election. So we had the debates. There was not really much to talk about the debates actually, but that went well, I guess. And I ended up second in that. So Bayfair beat me, but you know, I just still took it as a victory because I mean, second place is second place. So
you still pleased with that? I'm assuming. I mean,
yeah. And funny thing, ever since the second place, I was LARPing about, oh yeah, I'm gonna run again in like 2026 when this server is gonna be 10 years old.
Oh, I'll be rooting for it, and I'll cast my vote. Let's see here. Alright, so your YouTube channel. When you first started that, like, how was it? What pushed you to start a YouTube channel, and any stuff in the works for it?
I don't honestly remember. I started my YouTube channel when I was really young, so I know that the creation date of it is like in 2014, I think. But I don't remember really.
Yeah, I do want to say, like, the videos that you have posted are very high effort, very well edits and all that kind of stuff.
The recent ones maybe, but the ones in the past were basically just shit.
Oh, it does, you know, there's always that growth you get just from creating stuff, so. Do you have any future video ideas you're coming up with, or is it kind of on pause at the moment?
I have plenty, but I just haven't got around to doing them.
And what was the editing software you said you use?
DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah, I tried using that, but it gets so complicated, so a bit of a newbie with editing and stuff.
It took me a while to get adjusted to it, but after a while, I got around to doing decent stuff with it, I guess. Always could be better, but yeah.
True. And what do you wish to make of your time on the server? Current goals or thoughts on the server in general?
Thoughts on the server? Well, my thoughts on the server currently is that Phantom should start being more active again.
Yeah, it does seem like he's pretty vacant at the moment.
Yeah, his absence on the server can be pretty much seen. Like the Lightrofly is broken, and you know, the server bill is looking also pretty roughly because of that. You know, because of his absence.
Yeah, he needs to quit partying so much and get back to his favorite players.
Yeah, like back in the day, basically the whitelist would be funding the donations. Because there was like an option to pay for your votes to be whitelisted, like basically instantly for like $5, and that was basically funding the server.
Yeah, I know with the current donation, well, I think we're covered till April, but he's probably planning to make a return, hopefully. If not, we're gonna have to start a petition to get him to come back.
Yeah, maybe Kiwi would do another raffle for the server, you know, to make funds again.
So do you know what if the donation goal isn't met, does the server just pretty much just shut down for the time being, or I've never encountered that issue.
I mean,
So,
that's what he claims.
so yeah, it's just kind of hanging over, I suppose.
Like in the past, the donations would be basically pretty much all the time covered because there would be people like Sir Leonidas and other 2016 people who would always donate to it, and it would be always like 2 months ahead of the actual ban for the donations, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But now that's no longer the case. Sir Leo doesn't play anymore, so.
Do you want to go check out what was it, Chat Bridge Bomb real quick?
Yeah, sure. It's in the 2021 section or 2?
I believe 2022. So yeah, this was, let's see, 2022. Seems like a lot of people are also at this base.
Yeah, I mean, he invited a lot of people to his bases. Even the first cuboid biome, that had like over 100 members, I think.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, it's still just pretty impressive. Did you build anything over at this base, or?
I did. This island right here, but I never finished it.
Still really cool.
And I never finished it because the base lasted like 2 weeks. I think that Starbot leaked it to like some of the PvPers at the time. I don't really remember what their names used to be anymore.
So you said this base was pretty much just standing for 2 weeks, or just after you got invited, it was 2 weeks?
No, it was standing for 2 weeks.
Oh man, yeah. So much done in that time span as well.
Yeah, there's the Vishnu type of thing that Awugo built.
Yeah.
He was a huge LARPer on the server. He would make like these Indian jokes or whatever, basically spewing pure like gibberish in chat.
Yeah, it seems some of those players still exist on the server, but that's a part of it. LARP is life, you know?
I guess, yeah.
So yeah, recently I was at just the regular cuboid biome. It's grief to hell. Very few stuff remaining. Let's see. So yeah, I think I covered all the questions. Is there any would you like to wrap it up here? Is there anything you want to mention, or?
I guess I don't know how to really wrap it up. Yeah, it's been good that you reached out to me, you know, so that I could have been on this podcast. So yeah, I don't have much to say about it.
Great having you. Do you want me to link your YouTube in the description? I don't know if you're gonna be active. I'll probably do it regardless, but.
Yeah, sure.
Alright. Well, yeah, man, great having you. I think it was a pretty decent episode, but alright, man. See you.
Yep, see ya.